Happy Saturday morning, YouTube. I had done a video yesterday about how my YouTube station is being censored. Um, my little YouTube station with 49 followers is being censored. They did it again yesterday. I think I had posted something after. I can't remember what it was, but they tried to lock that one too. Anyway, so I'm in this very, very peculiar space with all of this. I guess now I'm kind of figuring out that I'm a moderate. I'm kind of a moderate. I didn't know that. I thought I was pretty liberal, but I'm definitely not as liberal leaning as my liberal friends are. And I've been fairly outspoken, if you've been following my content, about the madness that is going on in the world right now regarding this virus, regarding the vaccine, regarding social distancing, lockdowns, all of that. I've been pretty vocal about it. That I I think it's the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. And so, but that's not a very liberal stance, is it? And I have for years been accused of being an anti-vaxxer. For years I've been, if I have any consideration whatsoever about the safety of vaccinations, I am deemed an anti-vaxxer and I'm stupid and I need to do my research and yada yada yada. And I have consistently been like shot down for my consideration of that topic, just that topic. So right now I'm in a peculiar space because all of my liberal friends are like really pro-vaccine and pro-masks, and you're not being very friendly if you don't wear a mask, and you're going to go out and kill people, and if you don't socially distance, and that I'm this bad person, and they actually like consider me like in the Trump camp. So they mistake me for a conservative, and I'm not a conservative. And I have to say why. I've been vocal about this too. The reason why I would not ever vote for Trump or a person like him is his basic character. And it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed in 4 years. I hear people in his camp who try to say that he is so loving and so caring. I have not seen that. I know that the press is just only trying to show me what they want to show me, but even the way he treats the press without even basic courtesy, the way he treated leaders from around the world, and Angela Merkel from Germany. He was like blatantly rude to her when she came to visit. He wouldn't shake her hand, he wouldn't look at her, he treated her very badly. I pay attention to these little nuances in what is happening and what he does. I just pay attention. And so I've been just so in shock. If it had been somebody else, I might have been upset that a conservative president was in office, but it was him and his brand of patriarchy, and I actually see him as a predator. And there's a lot of Americans who are like totally good with this predatory capitalistic type of behavior. But anyway, I'm digressing and going down a that rabbit hole. But here's the thing. Um, People are just so happy that he's been banned from Twitter and he's been banned from social media. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. So we're taking away his right to free speech. I didn't follow him. Every once in a while, I would see his tweets, which were generally, like, in my opinion, hateful and spiteful and mean, even to people in his own party. Like, who talks like that? Who talks like that? I mean, really, like we learn in kindergarten that you don't say mean things to each other. We learn how to get along. Anyway, I'm digressing again. They've apparently shut him down, and then I guess they erased the Parlor app. They like completely banned it. They like got rid of a Parlor app. I don't even know what the Parlor app is, but we all have the right to change the station. We all have the right to stay in our information bubble. We can change the station on that radio. Sometimes I do this on purpose where I will listen to somebody that I know that I categorically disagree with. Like, for example, Dennis Prager. Okay, so I'm listening to Dennis Prager. I can turn the station. I don't want Dennis Prager necessarily banned from broadcasting because I don't agree with his content. So I know this sounds really strange. I'm just kind of a little bit all over the place. Here's the other thing that I'm really like. So I listen to people that I generally agree with their content. I generally agree with what they're saying, that we are all being duped, that what happened on Wednesday in the US was a complete duping of the United States people. We are being fed a load of utter fabrication and asking us to buy into something that I am not entirely sure what their agenda is, but I believe that both sides are in on it. Both sides. The Democrats and the Republicans were in on that. That's just what I saw when I was watching what was going on. But when I go to content that I actually like their content, it generally comes out that somehow the people who stormed Capitol Hill were patriotic and I'm not. To say that I'm not patriotic because I haven't jumped on that bandwagon and been running around with a Trump flag, which the Trump flag really bothers me, especially when they put his face on the American flag. That somehow the American flag has become synonymous with Donald Trump. And if you are not in Trump camp, then you are not a patriot. People who chose not to storm Capitol Hill were not patriots. That as patriarchy. The other thing that is really rattling my cage at this stage has to do kind of with this Black Lives Matter, which I've sort of like felt really weird about. Like I wasn't entirely sure what all was going on with that. But had these people been black, they would have been dead or in jail. Had they had color in their skin, they would have been either dead or in jail. But because they were white and they were allowed in, and this whole charade went on, and they've been, like, in my opinion, brainwashed into believing that they are part of a revolution, that they are the patriots that are going to take back the country and have the rightful president inaugurated. Because there had to be voter fraud, right? Something that has occurred to me, and I'm not even going to present this as a truth, but something that has occurred to me is that Donald Trump knows all about voter fraud because he does it. He did it in the election in 2016. He was part of it. I don't know that this is true. It's just an impression I get. So it's like whoever's, it's like projection. Like we see others as we are. Anyway, so I just felt like I wanted to put that out. I know that I have a very small listenership, but I also feel like we need to be really, really careful right now in that I don't know what's going on, and I think very few people do. We are only seeing what they are wanting us to see. And it also, I mean, another consideration that is bothering me about this banning Trump is we don't really know. It's all underground and we don't really know what's going on. Because he's going to reach these people. These people are going to find him and they're going to be, it's not going to be out in the open. Anyway, just things to consider. My little rant for Saturday morning. Now I'm off to the farmer's market. Anyway, I'll be back. Love you guys. I'll be back with other ideas.